Hello, my name is Anneshia Freeman. I'm also known as the locksmith because I make keys for people who are locked up in their minds. I'd like to welcome you to 5 Minutes with the Locksmith, which is a video that I make once a week. Today's topic is the all talk, take no action lies. Now, whenever you hear Anneshia Freeman, aka the locksmith, talk about lies, unconscious issues or unaddressed issues, as I use those terms interchangeably, I'm talking about negative, dysfunctional beliefs that were programmed into our unconscious minds during the formative years. That's why they call them the formative years. The brain is developed, the mind is programmed. The mind is programmed during those critical foundation years by how we're treated and what we observe. So today's topic, once again, is the all talk, take no action lies. So there's two lies in particular, unconscious lies, that are culprits in this category. One is criticize and complain, but don't seek solutions. And so this lie, it's unconscious. Most people don't go around saying, hey, how are you doing? I criticize and complain, and I don't seek solutions. In fact, I get offended if you interrupt me while I'm criticizing and complaining to offer a solution. Usually, I'll just start talking about the problem from a different angle after you offer a solution. Now, people don't, because it's an unconscious lie. And remember, I always say every week, these lies are usually totally antithetical to what we consciously know, believe, and articulate. So that's one culprit, the criticize and complain but don't seek solutions. Now there's another lie in that category, the all talk, take no action category. This particular lie is talk very profoundly about the situation but take no action to change anything. Now these two lies, they are they're very I don't want to keep saying culprits. That's what they are. They tie up staff meetings. They're horrible. They tie up people's time on the phone. You'll have people who are afflicted by these unaddressed issues who will call you to talk about the same problem over and over and over and over and over and over again. Now they don't call me anymore, and I don't call people because I suffer with the lies too. People don't call me anymore because I'll interrupt them. And see, I had to have a mentor who helped me address these issues. When I first started developing the Lies That Bind program, that's my cognitive restructuring and resocialization program, in the early stages of the program development, I had all of these lies or dysfunctional beliefs on cards with the dysfunctional belief on the front and the functional belief on the back. I still have them. They're just much better than they were when I first began the program 11 years ago. But I hadn't internalized the back of the card. See, it's one thing to know the truth, but it's another thing to have a relationship with that information. One of the most misquoted Bible verses, and I'm not preaching today, I don't have that hat on today. One of the most misquoted is the verse, and you will know, and you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Most people say, the truth will set you free. That's all they say. But that's not what that verse says. It says, and ye shall know the truth, then the truth will set you free. Now, that word know in the Greek means you shall have a personal relationship with the truth, and then the truth will set you free. So even though early in the program development process, I knew the truth. I knew the truth before I even wrote those cards. I knew the truth consciously, but unconsciously, I was still bound by these two lies and about 200 other ones. But these two lies are the ones we're talking about today. I was bound by criticize and complain, but don't seek solutions. And I was bound by talk very profoundly about the situation, but take no action to change anything. Sometimes I will alternate between I'll criticize and complain for a while, then I'll switch to talking very profoundly. And so one of my mentors actually had to help me internalize the truth. Now, I consciously knew the truth. I knew the lie. I knew the problem, but I didn't have a relationship with the truth. truth. And even though, and I could write papers. This is when I was working on my undergrad degree, and I'm looking at the time. I'm going over 5 minutes, so I need to stop saying 5 minutes with the locksmith. I think I'm just going to start saying 7 minutes. But I would write papers. I remember when I was taking strategic management, I would write papers, 15-page papers, and we would have to identify the problem, make sure it's not a symptom, generate 3 possible solutions for the problem, pick one of the solutions, write the implementation plan for the solution, and then write the evaluation methodology to examine whether or not the solution was effective. And I would get A's on those papers. And I've had a professor several professors write on some of my papers, excellent! Exclamation point. Can I share this with my colleague? But I could not use all of that good information that I was learning in my own personal life. And so I would call one of my mentors and criticize and complain, talk very profoundly, criticize and complain, talk very profoundly. And this was a very busy businesswoman. She would interrupt me and she would say, one time she said, "It's hard to see the picture when you're the frame." Yeah, and I was froze too right after that. And she would help me. She would paraphrase back to me the problem that she heard me discussing. And it wasn't the symptom, because usually I was talking about the symptom. She would paraphrase the problem back to me that she heard in my conversation. And then she would say, "Now let's come up with some solutions that we want to try to implement. We're going to come up with several solutions and we're going to pick one." She was teaching me how to use what I was writing papers about. So that's all for today. I'm running out of time. That's the all talk. You're going to have to develop a relationship with the truth. Take action. And I already gave you the steps, the same steps I used when I wrote those papers of how to address, start actually taking steps to address a problem instead of talking about it all the time. So my name is Anneshia Freeman. I can be reached at AnnesiaConsulting.com. Anneshia is spelled ANNESHIA. AnnesiaConsulting.com. We address cause and effect simultaneously. I'll see you next week.